Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey there.
Hey, nice spot, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's great, especially because of that thing over there. You know what's in there? Corn.
Really? Wow, I could go for some corn.
You're dark, Raj.
I don't care.
That never gets old, does it? Oh God, Steve's drinking it out of the handle right now. Oh boy. Well, welcome to the preview. It's True City Fan TV. We got Steve here, of course. Drunk Steve. He's celebrating Friday night already. And we have a guest. We have a Spurs fan on today to preview the Spurs game. So that's very exciting. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Go on, Alex.
No, thanks, Steve. This is long time coming. Big up to you, man. Alex, Mr. Box Office, Spurs fan. You might as well call me retirement for Mr. Box Office TV, because honestly, the last 5 years, I've got so fed up, I've got so bored of watching Tottenham, and last year was enough, and now this year. Anyway, it's going to be an interesting game, and interesting to prove with you guys. You know what I mean? So, and especially with Kels as well, first time on the show with her. So yourself. So it's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Oh yeah. All right. Where do we want to start, people? I'm going to talk about Spurs, talk about Man City, team news. What are we saying? Calix?
Well, I was unsure about who was injured or not. I thought Paulinho was out, but then I saw that he played against Frankfurt, so that got debunked pretty quickly. But yeah, do you guys have any like major injuries, or like maybe you could run through who's going to be missing for you guys, and I'll do the same after.
So the injuries we've got currently,
There's a lot.
I mean, there's a lot of injuries anyway. In some way, I mean, we've got, the long-term injuries with James Maddison, Kulusevski, Rodrigo Bentancur, Mohamed Kudus. Recent ones: Ben Davis, Lucas Berval, Richarlison, Poro. Yeah, I think Van der Ven is touch and go. That's what Thomas Frank has said. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of injuries, to be fair. Whether that's an excuse, I do think. I mean, okay. I've got to be honest. If I'm really honest with you, Pedro Porro has been rubbish this season, and to be honest, he's been rubbish this season. So, to be honest, I've had enough of him. There's certain players. To be honest, Van der Ven obviously he's been very good this season and has been consistent as well. So yeah, he would be a miss if he is not in the team. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely. Richarlison, even well. Okay.
That might actually benefit you to not have a Charlton.
He has been better than Milani.
That was the scam of the century from Everton, getting 60 million for that guy. Yikes!
Oh gosh, don't get me started. But I think in terms of the team, we are depleted, but and Berval, Tottenham fans go over the top about him. Oh, they go over the top about him. Oh my gosh. He's generational, I've been told.
Yeah.
Oh, we go over the top about him. But we have got a lot of injuries. In some cases, I think it's not just about the injuries though, it's about how we're set up as well. Thomas Frank as well. It's also because some of the players are not good enough. Being honest as well, to be honest.
Yeah, does Thomas Frank tend to like change his formation a lot? I admit I haven't watched a lot of Spurs this season. Does he tend to kind of change it up every game, or does he kind of have a set sort of style or group of players that he tends to do over and over? The only game I've honestly watched of you guys, I think, was the game against City, and that was I'll just say that was a masterclass from Frank in that game. We literally couldn't deal with any of it. I remember Paulinho just absolutely bullying our midfield, just completely just destroying us, just by himself. And I'm actually very nervous about him and Conor Gallagher together. My big doom and gloom prediction is that I think the two of them are going to try to beat up on Rodri, because I do believe Rodri's going to play in this game. He's coming back from various injuries, but I expect him to start the game. But I'm really nervous about Rodri facing up against Palhinha and Gallagher, because the rest of the projected midfield is probably not going to be able. They're not going to keep up with them physically. They're just, short guys who don't really have a lot of girth to them or anything like that. Waning pace, that kind of thing. So I'm very nervous. And I think Conor Gallagher and even in the past, I think Gallagher has given Rodri problems, just over the course of his whole career. That's just that one player that Rodri tends to struggle against, particularly in the season that Rodri, the season Rodri won the Ballon d'Or before he got injured. I remember both of those games against Chelsea. Gallagher he kept up with Rodri. I know Rodri scored a goal. He scored it would have been a winner if we hadn't given up a penalty, the 4-4, but even the 1-1, I think Rodri scored that goal, that one too. I just remember Gallagher just giving him a game. And so I think the two of them combined, I had PTSD from Palhinha's game at the Etihad, and then combine that with Gallagher. I'm really nervous about that part of the park, because I think our manager is going to pick the wrong set of players.
I mean,
I don't know if you wanted to elaborate a little bit more on that. Do you think that's an area of concern, or?
I think maybe if they got a lot of energy, possibly. Paulinho's. I do like Paulinho because he's got experience. Because I think we've got too many youngsters in the squad at the moment that just everyone thinks they're going to be the best thing going, and that's it. But let's be honest here about Paulinho. Paulinho can't really pass the ball. He has scored goals, to be fair. And the same with Gallagher. A lot of energy. And I think, he's got experience, but at the end of the day, he can't dictate play. And that's what we're missing in that midfield at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's where
I just worry about the two of them combined as a physical, just doing off the ball work. Yeah, off the ball. I think they're going to try to bully our midfield. And that's what's really making me nervous about this matchup. I think we have the players to combat it. I just don't think the manager will start them. I think what he'll do is he'll start Bernardo Silva and Rodri together. But I personally think he should start Rodri and Nico Gonzalez. Gonzalez did play in the game at the Etihad, but his form has improved dramatically since that game. He's gotten a lot better. He's gotten a lot more confident. He's played a lot more games, and he's just actually settled into the system. But he is coming off of missing a few games out of injury. But our fan base in particular has been, and I've seen it nonstop on Twitter. I've heard it on shows. I've heard a lot of people saying this is the game to try Nico G and Rodri together. And that's what I personally would do, but I guarantee you the manager will not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. I think loads of people are making a big deal about that Man City game, to be honest with you, because I think Tottenham played okay. I think they were good. They scored the 2 goals, and then we just defended the whole game. So really, to be honest with you, what Man City should have done, I mean, I think we just played into Man City's hand. He just played into our hands. That was it. I don't think it was that fascinating. No. I really don't think it was that fascinating, if I'm really honest with you. I think it was good pragmatic performance at best. I mean, but we scored the 2 goals and we defended the whole game, and Man City couldn't break us down. And so, I mean.
And I'd argue you've been much worse since that game.
Oh yeah, we that's why I've said on my channel, Mr. Box Office TV, that I've sat there and said it looks like Conte ball. And now, and this is exactly why I say, because I'm not on managers anymore. I don't really care whether our manager is a manager anymore, because I know what the problem is. But at the end of the day, I think it's just, at the moment there's no balance to the team in terms of I think we're too defensive minded now than actually going attacking wise. But I mean, again, that goes back to the whole thing about identity, isn't it, really? I mean, I do think that Man City, if they really play good tactics, I think they can figure out Tottenham. If you give us the ball, we'll struggle. If they compound the break
strategy, Pep has used a little bit this season, but he hasn't used it with Rodri. And with Rodri back, he's been playing more possession. So that's interesting you bring it up, that so this seems like a game City should give up possession. I just struggle to see him
Not
doing
all
it.
the possession, but at times,
Most of it, but we've had success doing that in a lot of games. Like we definitely had success against Manchester United at the Etihad, where we gave them possession and they didn't know what to do with it. So I would hope we could go back to that a little bit, but I just don't think we can without Nico Gonzalez, because I think it only worked with Nico G. And when Rodri has come back into the team, Pep is changing the approach quite a bit. Oh yeah, Mad Hatter's in here. Matt Hatter is he's a City fan. He doesn't want the 3-1-6. Pep has been playing a 3-1-6 with Rodri back in the team because he just changed the whole setup with Rodri. It's just because that's his guy, and on form, he's the best player in the world, but he's still off form a little bit. He's still He's still trying to get his fitness back from long-term injury.
Oh yeah.
But we're changing our system, and we're passing the ball more, and we're just trying to keep possession, and that might play into your hands if we play that, because our midfield is not as strong as passing as it used to be. We've lost a lot of those really strong passers, so there are opportunities to nick the ball off of us, and we do play a high line. And so that can lead to transition opportunities. So that might play into your hands if we play that style.
I don't think you need to worry about that at the moment, because I don't think anybody really goes. Because I don't think. I think if you're thinking about it, if Moani, but Moani's not been great this season. I do think Solanke coming back has done a lot.
Back. Okay, yeah.
I think he's been good in terms of he's had a little bit of an effect. I'm not gonna go and say yes, he's been he scored a good goal against Frankfurt, and I think he could cause some problems. I think he's got a good connection with he's got a good combining really well with he started to see a good combination with Javi Simmons.
Yeah.
I'm saying that, but the Dutch Pretty Ricky, Javi Simmons, hasn't been great this season, and I did say I don't rate him compared to what I saw with Maddison and Kulusevski. And again, I didn't even rate Kulusevski. I'll be honest, Kulusevski would have done more than him. So, but I do see a connection there. All the Bears piping up a little bit. He's been okay. I've seen a little bit, but I think he could cause a few problems with his pace. I think, because I don't think he's as good. I think it's a shame about Kudos. It's a shame about Kudos. That I think.
Well, that was your only tactic when he was playing. It was your only tactic, really attacking.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%, Steve. It was a tactic, and this is where I've kind of. I'm going to the game. I'm going to the game on Sunday, but I said after. What was the last game? What was the last game that we lost?
Burnley.
Oh, West Ham. That was it. Because I went to the protests as well. I said that was going to be the last game, because I think it was after the Fulham game, and then the West Ham game. I was no, I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. But I'm going back, and I don't even, because someone just offered the ticket, because they're just offering tickets like hotcakes now, because Tottenham fans are not interested in Thomas Frank. They're just not interested. So, yeah, listen, I do think it's. I'm looking at Man City, and not the same Man City that used to be. I've got to be honest, right? They're not.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think we have a chance, because we are in the relegation battle. Whether Tottenham fans think they're laughing at it or not, it is a relegation battle. We're going to have to get some points, and it's going to have to save Frank as well, because if we lose another game at home, boy, and I was gonna
get onto that, Alex. Kels, can you guess how many in terms of home form in the Premier League strictly, where do you think Tottenham rank?
Probably dead last. I know they've had a
second from bottom. They've collected 9 points from 11 home games in the Premier League. Wolves have collected 5.
Oh, wow.
West Ham have more points at home. Burnley, Forest, Palace, Everton, Chelsea, Leeds, Brighton. So yeah, Spurs are not good from home at all.
Yeah, but Spurs, every time I say it, I jinx it. So I'm not going to say it today. I have this bad record of being like, yeah, we should go in there, beat these. Because I watched, I at the beginning of the season, I watched quite a bit of Premier League, but now I'm quickly falling out of it because it's just so not fun to watch. Every time I've been like, yeah, City should go beat this team. They're very good. This team is not good. They're doing terrible because I've watched a lot of their games. Every time I say that, I jinx it. So I'm not saying it today. but I think in the terms of a title race, I think this is a game City have to win.
Oh yeah,
they have to win this game if they want to say that they're in a title race. Because this is, we're in a hole right now. We're down by 4 points, and we have to start making up points somewhere. This could be an opportunity to make up some points because I know a lot of people are predicting a tricky game up at Ellen Road where Arsenal are playing.
Yeah, they lose. Yeah, Arsenal.
Yeah, so I'm not saying it'll happen, but there's thought that could be a tough game. There could be an opportunity that they drop points. So City have to capitalize, and that's something they've really struggled to do. And I know we've had like a nightmare history at Spurs Stadium. Like we went like 6 seasons without scoring a goal. Then we finally scored a goal. And we've actually won our last 2 Premier League games there. I know we lost the cup game last year, but we did win the Premier League game. So I think this is an opportunity for City to assert themselves and say, look, we are in this title race. And, if you have to win, we put ourselves in a hole. So we kind of have to win every game right now. So this is the start of that. So we'll see what happens. I'm always nervous playing against Spurs because I've seen.
No, you're No. Cut. No. I'm gonna correct you, Kels. You're nervous for every single Man City game.
I'm just a very nervous fan. But
every single one of them. Since I've known you.
Here we got. I think we got an Arsenal fan here. Spurs are gonna win because Spurs. Oh no, that's a City fan. Spurs are our daddy. Okay, Pedro Martinez. Call the Spurs my daddy. Okay. See, that's our fan base though, because we always call Spurs our bogey team, but it is funny. Like you guys have won the past 2 games at the Etihad, and we've won the past 2 games at the Spurs Stadium. So we've kind of had this like trade off with the home game. So I hope that continues. I've seen a lot of Spurs Twitter saying that they hope they lose the game. I know a lot of it is also Thomas Frank related. They think if they lose him, that maybe they would lose the game. That he'll get sacked, but also with your rivalry with Arsenal, I'm sure they would prefer that City win the league over Arsenal.
Wait, Alex, do you want Man City to win? Let's say Arsenal.
Can I be honest with you? Can I be honest with you? I've said this already, right? And I don't really care what it looks like. I'm kind of, my mindset is gone.
Yeah.
I want Man City to win because I just want it to all blow up, as far as I'm concerned. And you know why? You know why I'm saying that?
Yeah, go on.
I want the owner to start sweating because at the moment, and I need them to start sweating because at the moment I don't even think they realise how bad, what big trouble we're in at the moment. I don't think they realise. I think they're sitting there thinking, "Oh, Champions League," and we're not even a Champions League team. We shouldn't even be concentrating on that at the moment. I think we need to start looking at that league form because that league form. We're lucky at the moment; it's 8 points. But if this continues, we are going to get caught out big time because we ain't got the squad. We ain't got the players. Okay, we shouldn't be 14th. Yeah, because by average position, the last 6 years we've been 8th. We're average position we're 8th.
Yeah.
So we should be in that position now. But by the fact that we're not consistent enough, this has been coming. You know what I mean? Losing Harry Kane and Son, who really dug us out of holes so many times. You know what I mean? Son was going downhill last 2 seasons anyway. You know what I mean? So it's we've got a really hard run right now. I think that's why the fans were not happy at all. But I mean, I think this is a good chance anyway, because I mean, if you can get the above average John Carew without the goals, aka Haaland not scoring, because you know that you don't score, you don't do absolutely nothing, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's a joke, really, to be honest with you, because to be honest with you, he's getting better a little bit on his outfield play. I've got to be honest, he's getting better. But that was a criticism that I said at the beginning when he came here in the Premier League. But he does score goals, to be fair.
A lot.
I do think their new signing, I forgot the name, his name now, from Bournemouth. I think he will. I think he will be important, definitely. Yeah. And he's got some physicality as well.
Yeah, that's something our team is lacking. Right, it was really bad last season. Like the physicality just dropped off, and I think the league is just like we've always been a team that's just been had a lot of technical players, but I think the league is just changing, and we got to start phasing out of that. And it is a slow process, but yeah, getting Semenyo he's been very good. He's hit the ground running. I think he's won Premier League goal, but he has I think he has 3 goals already in 3 comps and a couple of assists. So, and he's only played like 4 or 5 games because he's been ineligible for the 2 Champions League games because he just didn't get registered in time, or he wasn't with the club when the first round of registration happened. So he'll definitely be back in. Pep's kind of been playing. He's kind of gone all over the map with his shapes. Like Matt Hatter in the chat said, there's been times when he's done a 3-1-6, but he's also been doing this kind of like a 4-2-2-2.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious, Steve, which one do you think he'll kind of go with tomorrow on Sunday?
Probably focus on out wide. He'll focus out wide because that's where you can get at Spurs the most.
Yeah, and we have been playing with our fullbacks. They've both been attacking very well. Like Mateus Nunes, I think, has been one of the top right backs in the league this season.
He's been good.
He's very good at crossing the ball, and he's got a lot of pace too, so he can get back and defend. He saved our skin in the Galatasaray game. It was like a breakaway 2v1, and he put in a brilliant tackle. It's very good defensively. He's improved massively. We signed him. It wasn't the greatest, but it's his 3rd season now, and he's really taken to the task and improved quite a bit. And then an interesting thing to think about, maybe Steve, maybe you have an opinion on this, is a left back. I'm not sure which, we have 2 attacking left backs, so I'm not sure which one we're going to play. If we go with Ryan Ait-Nouri, if we go with Nico O'Reilly. Nico O'Reilly's played most of the games, but Ait-Nouri's come back into the side a little bit, and he had a fantastic game in the Champions League. So I'm not sure if Pep would ride the hot hand or if he'd go back to what's been working for him all season. What is this? Is that the lineup from the first game?
This is from the Galatasaray game.
Oh, Galatasaray game. Yeah.
Yeah, you start Ait-Nouri again then.
You think I'll start Ait-Nouri again? Yeah. He might.
Probably.
I think.
Then you never know with Pep. You never know. I feel like, Alex, I don't know if you agree. Pep always has a curveball with his lineups. He always does something that you don't expect.
I think he thinks too much sometimes.
He does.
I think he thinks too much sometimes. I think he does overthink it sometimes. I think he did that when I remember a game in the Champions League final against Chelsea. I think he thought that game, and that's why I think they ended up losing. I think.
Yeah.
I do think Mamouche is a bit unlucky that he's out the team. I do think sometimes you've got to take out Haaland. Again, listen, I'm not having a go at him because he obviously the guy scores goals, right? He scores goals 110%. But when I look at him compared to Kane, at least he creates. He does both. You know what I mean? And I think I like that sort of striker than just someone that can do so much more with his physicality and everything else. I think he can do so much more. He has got better, to be fair. He has got better over the years. And there's no doubt he's the best goal scorer in everything, you know what I mean, for years now. And that record's going to be absolutely smashed. But I do think when you have Mamouche there, I think there's got a lot more movement to the team, I think a little bit more. You know what I mean? I don't think you don't have somebody just standing there and then just waiting to score a goal, just score attacking. I think he's got more and he causes more chaos and stuff. I just felt that. I think that really helped you last season, to be fair, to get you back in that Champions League, to be honest with you. I do like Cherky. Cherky's
he's been brilliant.
He's a player. He's definitely a player. I think somebody that can definitely develop as well. And Dorku as well has been good as well. So yeah, I think they're all going to be important in that sense. I think it's going to be interesting as well because also I know Haaland and Romero got previous as well. You know what? Romero's like. You know what I mean? You know, Romero's going to be.
That guy always worries me. He's very reckless. I'm worried about him doing something dirty.
He is one of those. He's just a very emotional defender. Very emotional defender. I think that's why Van der Ven's very good with him because I think he can, it's a good balance between them two, to be honest with you. Even though sometimes Van der Ven does that, sometimes, goes in and he slide tackles in, but 9 times out of 10, this guy gets the ball, which is
Van der Ven's composed. Van der
yeah.
Ven's composed and in control when he's doing tackles and stuff. Romero just goes all guns blazing sometimes.
But I do think it's going to be one of those games where it depends on what the lineup's going to be. I mean, if we do go to a 3, we can go to a 3 with Danzo, Romero, and Van der Ven, and then you can do the wing back system. Then you have Spence on the right, and then Doji on the left, and then it really depends on what you're going to have up front. I think it's going to be more likely Alderbear, Solanke, and then I probably would be Moani, or you could have Javi. I mean, he'll be in that. He'll be in that middle anyway, I think, and then maybe have 2 up front, maybe possibly. I don't know, because I do think we're going to let City at the ball a lot, and I think they're going to be pressuring more. They're going to be more pressing more, and I think it's going to be more quick attacks on the flanks.
Yeah.
So really, really, it is for City to really to nullify that, I think, and then try and counter that. But City have to take their chances. You have to take your chances. If you don't take your chances, you're always going to be vulnerable. You know what I mean? Especially with that high line as well. I think that's a killer as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Our only ace in the hole is Husanov. He will start the game because, he's starting right now because everyone is injured, but I think he's been one of our better players the past couple of games. And I want him to stay in the lineup, but I'm seniority rules. So he'll get, once Diaz is back, Husanov will go back to the bench, which is really sad because he has been performing very well. He's calmed down a bit. He's kind of like Romero in that sense. He's very emotional, and he does have a lot of like moments where he's like not composed. But I think he looked better in the Galatasaray game. I don't remember any like stupid tackles or anything like stupid crashes.
Kusanov loves defending against someone. He does, He loves it because that's what he wants. Like that's the kind of that's what I like about Kusanov so much. That's what I've liked about him since he was in Belarus. Like he genuinely loves defending. He likes getting stuck in. He embraces it. Yeah. I feel like some defenders are just too nice, and they want to look good on the ball, and they want to play the pretty passes, and they want to do they don't want to get their fucking shirt dirty. You know what I'm saying? Kusanov don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah, I love Husanov, and I'll be excited to see him play in this game. So that could be our ace in the hole, because one thing City do struggle with is when teams press us high. We tend to lose the ball quite often because, again, we don't have those highly technical players anymore.
The good thing for you, Cals, is Spurs don't really do that much, Alex, right? Y'all don't really press.
We do press because what Frank says is Jules. He really keeps on pressing home about Jules. Yeah. I don't like that, to be honest with you, because I don't see the point for me. But I do think we do press high. We do press. And he does.
That could be something that we struggle with. Yeah. Also, we don't have our midfield. And my predicted midfield does not have a dual winner, so that could be a problem. The only real dual winner we have on our squad is Nico Gonzalez, but again, I'm not predicting that. I don't think he's going to start the game, so that could be an issue. Rodri can't. Rodri is decent at that, but Rodri is we're still on a journey with him getting back to his fitness, and he did look better his last game, but. I mean, it was just against Wolves, so it's hard for me to really gas that up. But he's had some ups and downs since coming back because he had the ACL, and then he had a bunch of other smaller injuries. So he's very far behind where I think he should be. Because I think it'll still take him a good 3 or 4 months, but he has to just keep playing. And so that's why I would like to have more like a dual winning midfielder next to him and Nico Gonzalez, but I don't think our manager will do it, unfortunately. So that could be a big advantage for you. And especially if you high press us, because we have struggled with that. That's something we haven't had to deal with in years because we had Ederson in net and nobody pressed Ederson. literally nobody. There's no point. But Donnarumma is very easy to press, and Donnarumma is not very good with the ball at his feet. And that's something we're still adjusting to as a club. And then our best ball playing center back got injured for the whole year, so that's also been an issue. So those are some areas where you might be able to capitalize. And if it sounds like you kind of have, and I think Thomas Frank will know that. I think Thomas Frank is a smart enough manager to know that. And Thomas Frank in general has just always played very tough. I remember the games against Brentford back when Thomas Frank was there. They were always a struggle. Like we tended to win a lot of them, but just very he always gives us a game. We never won a game easily. It was always tough. So I even though I know Spurs have been awful, like that's just something that I just still have some PTSD from, and I could see it being an issue. But I have to hope that our team can realize, the gravity of the situation. It's like, you basically you need to win this game because you have to stay close in this title race, and I'm hoping they get up for it. But I feel like this team, I just never know. There's a lot of inconsistencies. Like we'll look good in a couple of games, and then we'll just drop a complete stinker. So I'm hoping we get back on a roll. Like we did have an 8-game winning streak, which was nice. And then we followed it up with like a couple of stinkers in a row, a couple of draws, and then a loss. So we're just kind of crawling out of that hole. But
Man United, you were terrible. Against Man United, you were terrible.
Oh yeah, that to me is probably the worst game of the season. We literally created nothing in that game. We had the same problems against Bodo Glimt in the game after, but we did create a ton of chances and just missed them. We do have a lot of games where we create a lot of chances and just don't convert them. But that Man United game was just absolutely terrible. I don't even think we created a shot on target. I literally don't know.
Bodo Glimt game is just embarrassing for me, really. But I mean, I guess Bodo Glimt have got that. But all the goals that they score were just your mistakes. That was it, really.
Yeah, they were clinical. Bodo Glimt.
Yeah, and like I said, we had a lot of chances in that game. Like right before
I don't know about
halftime,
a lot. I don't know.
We had chances in that game. We definitely had chances.
Not in the first half. There was the Haaland.
Right before halftime, we should have scored a goal. Yeah. I think it was Haaland. He hooked it wide, or he did it wide. Johnny Reiners had one that went wide in the second half, and I'm just like, hello, like what are you doing? Yeah. And then there were a lot of half chances that we have good enough players to convert some of those, and they just didn't show up. Like we had a Ballon d'Or winner, we had a player of the season, we had the best striker in the game, and then Ryan Cherky, who everyone's saying could be the best 10 in the world right now. I don't know if I go along with that, but some people are saying it. That should be enough to create a lot of chances and score some goals. Even if you draw or lose the game, like you could lose 3-2 or you could lose 4-3. Like you could lose creating a bunch of chances and scoring some goals, but we just couldn't do anything. And that I think has been more of our problem this year. So a lot of people like to say it's the defense. I'm pretty sure we're second in the league in goals conceded, right behind, the best defense of all time in Arsenal Football Club. I think we're only like 4 or 5 goals behind them conceded. I just don't think the defense is the problem. I think the attack just has not clicked. There'll be moments where it does, but it just hasn't clicked enough for me. And I think a lot of our defensive issues stem from that midfield because we are lacking a dual winner and because we are starting to lose the ball.
That's fair.
So that's just we haven't rebuilt our midfield yet, and we need to, but we need players to move on before we can bring in the players we need. Yeah. And this summer is gonna be where they do that. They'd have to decide, what's going on with Rodri, because Rodri will be going into the last year of his contract next year. So, it's like, are you going to sign a new contract or do we have to sell you? Because we keep letting players go on free, so we have to make some money somewhere. I'm a Rodri stan, so I hope we keep him, but we'll see. We'll see what the club think. I think the club is just banking on they're trying to see what his fitness is. But that has nothing to do with tomorrow. I just kind of went off on a tangent.
I think you need to get more goals from the other members of your team as well, to be honest with you, because it looks like Haaland's the one that's scoring more all the goals at the moment, and it's like you're not really getting any.
Haaland would be probably second, right? Or sorry, Cherky. Jesus Christ, Cherky probably be second.
Right now, Phil Foden is second.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now. 7, and then
we have a lot in like the 5 to 7 range.
Actually, Alex, do you rate Foden like super highly or high, or what
I think Foden's as a result of his 2 seasons ago having that good season, he had to do better. And what's happened is that he couldn't match up to that season that he had, which really was his best season. Let's be honest here. Also, I think he played too many games. I think he played way too many games that season as well after the World. I think Euros. I think it was. He didn't really have that much of a break, and I think he just had a stop-start season. And yeah, I think now people are now looking at him thinking he's the guy now, isn't he? You know what I mean? When he was younger, it was other people that were the guy. You know what I mean? Silva, Torre, and he was just the understudy. Now he's like the guy. Now he's now seen the magnitude of now they're looking at him. You know what I mean? I mean, I think it's kind of the time when it's the time when it leads to the end. You know what I mean? Because whether this is going to be the situation, because you don't know if Guardiola is actually going to leave, because you never know with him, don't you? Really?
Do you think it's his last year, Alex?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I'm just kind of speculating, so I wouldn't know because I mean, if I wouldn't know. But I think with Foden, I think he'll find. I think what they'll find is that because Man City are one of those teams that I just want to they need to go out and win. They'll look for somebody else, and you might see Foden if he doesn't buck up his ideas, he might be third choice, fourth choice. You don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it will happen but this is what happens. You know what I mean? Big teams. You know that already because I mean there was Grealish, wasn't there? And Grealish came to Man City with a great reputation, and he fell down the pecking order, and now he's at Everton now, isn't he? So it happens to the best players. I mean, it happened to Dele Alli back in the day. You know what I mean? So
I'm starting to hear some Dele Alli comparisons with Foden, and I'm just like, ooh, I'm not ready for that conversation yet. Like kind of his fall from grace.
I don't think it's not because I think Dele Alli dropped to a level where it's like, I mean, Mourinho said it. He was like, "Yo, you are not focused." And obviously, we learned about what happened to Dele Alli, so it kind of made sense.
It's not an example. It's not saying that he's going to be a Dele Alli. Because I don't think we're at that point yet. No, but Man City are very, very ruthless. They ain't got time. You know what I mean? But I mean, I think it'll be afforded time because he's a homegrown player for Man City. But
he's a Manchester lad too. So I think there's heavy rumors that he's going to sign a new long-term contract, but nothing has obviously been confirmed yet. So, but a lot of speculation. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, no, I still back the guy. I love Phil Foden. I think he has been good this season. But one thing that we keep having a problem with is we can't seem to get him in a set position again. Because earlier in the season, he did have he had a hot streak where he scored in 7 out of 8 games or something. Like he looked like Phil Foden, and that was when he was playing behind Erling Haaland. And then Doku got injured, and Phil Foden got shoved out wide, even though he's not very good out wide. And that was to accommodate another player. And that's just been the story of Phil Foden the past year or two is when somebody else Phil Foden is so versatile that Pep just shoves him everywhere. And so he can't get his we've been trying to get him to stick in the midfield for the past 2 or 3 seasons now. And he's played his best, I think, when he plays kind of behind Erling Haaland, because he's very good at cleaning up those chances that Haaland misses. But this season, Pep has been playing him further back, kind of as a deeper 8, trying to because we've had some issues with our midfield not being able to progress the ball forward. So a lot of times Phil Foden has to go back and get the ball and then move it up to the 10s. When I think his best position is kind of as a 10. But the problem I'm seeing is that we have a couple of players who are they can only really play behind Haaland and not be totally useless. Like Tijani Reinders, we thought was going to come in and be an 8. He's terrible as an 8 in the Premier League. Very soft, not physical at all. Does no work off ball whatsoever. But Tijani, when he's been playing behind Erling Haaland, he's starting to score goals. So Pep is well, I got to play him somewhere where he's not, we can actually contribute because he doesn't contribute anywhere else. So that means Foden gets moved somewhere else. So Foden's been pushed further back as an 8, but he's not physical enough for that role. He's very technical. He's just not physical, and he's getting bullied a lot.
He
And so
tried.
and then he's been shoved out the right. He's been shoved out the left. He's just been shoved everywhere, and he just can't get a consistent position. And it's very frustrating because I feel like it's kind of. I'm like, yeah, okay, you're 25. Like, what is your position? Like, I feel like his development is just being stunted because we can't figure out where to play him.
I don't think there's no development. Because what did you just say? He's 25. There shouldn't really be any more development. Once you're like 24, 25, it's all about refinement.
Yeah, but he still cannot
Not
get a consistent position in the team.
He's done his
played
development.
a lot, but he doesn't play. Like, he'll play one game as left wing, then he'll go back in the center, and then he'll go to the right wing, and then he'll come back to the center. And it's like, then he'll go further back in the center, and then he'll go further forward. And it's just like, we can't like leave him somewhere, and he can't because other players are just useless elsewhere. And so Foden has to be the one who has to be sacrificed.
Maybe what he is just a really high quality squad player. I think that's his role. And that's not a bad thing at all.
Well, some people say that they're trying to mold him into a Bernardo Silva type where he can just play everywhere. And I'm like,
no,
I don't know. But I don't know if I don't know. Because that is kind of Bernardo Silva's history. And I just don't see the same. I just don't see the same quality from Foden as I did, from Bernardo from 5 or 6 years ago, not current day Bernardo.
Do you think Foden liked playing in this deep 8 role?
No,
I don't
he
think
looks
he does.
very unhappy.
No.
But the problem is like if he wants to be a 10, like Ryan Cherky is showing that he can be more creative and create and like actually create chances and assists.
Yeah, Luke.
So he's going to the women's game. Nice. That'll be fun. Yeah, get them a win. Yeah, the Man City women are absolutely crushing it right now. So let's hope fingers crossed that holds on. Our men's team is very inconsistent, but the women I think are up 9 points in the women's league. I'm like, what?
Jesus.
Yeah, that's usually what Chelsea does, not the Chelsea women, not the Man City women.
I think our women's team are not doing too badly either, to be honest.
Oh, I think, yeah.
I think a fourth or something like that in the league, from what I
Wow.
saw anyway.
That's
From
good.
what I've seen. From what I've seen anyway. But
I think Tottenham have a few Americans. They had an American at one point on their women's side. But Alex, there's something else I wanted to ask you about as well. And Cal's been asking this to neutral, so I'll do it. Do you think Bernardo Silva is a good enough player to be a starter for Man City from now on, or do you think his best days are behind him? And would you take him at Tottenham and start him?
I think you'd be silly not to take a player like Bernardo Silva if you're a Tottenham player anyway, because he can run with the ball and he can progress the ball. So yeah, definitely I would definitely take him because I think he'd be better than what we've got at the moment in terms of progressing the ball. Definitely. Yeah, I think that would be it for me. Yeah, I think for me at the moment, I do think he's for Man City at the moment. I think you do need somebody. I think you might have to change it a little. I think he may be fading out the team. Maybe he works hard though. To be fair, he works really hard, and he's definitely useful as a squad player. I think for Man City at the moment.
There you go.
So, but in saying
another
that,
one says squad player.
Their squad player, would go into our team. You know what I mean?
Sorry.
I don't like Steve. You know I don't like the word backup. You know I don't like the word backup because if we're going to start talking about backups, you know what I mean?
Ben Davies is a good backup.
Yeah, I don't do backups.
Richarlison, a solid backup. That's
I don't
know about that.
I don't do backups. Because we had Harry Winks as a backup. We had Timo Werner.
Oh God!
Who just signed?
Timo Werner just signed for the MLS team that I follow.
The below average Shane
San
Long.
Jose Earthquakes. I'm like, Timo, I gotta go to a game next summer then.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the point. I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't like the word backup, but but to be fair, yeah, I do think you can afford to find somebody better than him. Because to find somebody better, because I think he's had his years now. But to be fair, if him being the squad player will get into our team as a first team, if I'm really honest with you.
As a winger or a midfield?
Midfield.
Spurs. Midfield? Okay.
Midfield. I don't think he. I
First
don't
guy
think he
on
should be.
Flawless said, I don't want him. If I remember correctly, I might be misremembering.
I wanted Grealish last summer. I wanted Grealish. I really did.
Oh, well, you
want
can
Grealish.
sign him this summer. He'll be on the last year of his contract, so feel free to come back with another bid. You guys have been wanting a lot of our players. You wanted Savinho. There's rumors that you want Omar Marmoush. Honestly, I think Marmoush might move this summer. So if you guys are serious, I would tell your owners to put in a bid because I think he's going to ask to leave. I really like Marmoush playing with Holland, but Pep just doesn't seem to want to do it. And I think Semenyo coming in is going to leave somebody out, and I just can't see. I think Marmoush is just going to put in a. I think he'll just communicate that he wants out because I just don't think I think he knows he's good enough to not be on a bench. Pep, for some odd reason, sees Marmoush as a striker when in reality he's a second striker, which Pep doesn't play with. So I don't fully understand why we bought him. I know you can do a false 9 with him. I think he brings a lot to our team. Like he's a very good presser, which is something our attack is actually lacking. Because Jeremy Doku doesn't press and Holland doesn't press. So that's a big negative for me. But Marmoush does. So I'm just confused at where his future lies. And I'm not sure it lies at Man City. So I could see some movement this summer. I think he's just too good of a player to play off the bench.
I think you're going to regret letting him go if you let him go.
I agree.
Because if you let go,
he should be starting every game. I think he should start as the left wing and that inverts inside and becomes an inside forward.
But look, when you let go of Alvarez, and it really affected you last season.
Yeah, it did.
It really affected you last season.
You need to have adequate striker backup to Haaland because he will go through the dry spell like he is right now.
I know, but Erling Haaland is one of those players you just can't bench. Like you're not going to bench him.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is you did against Wolves. You did?
Yeah, you bench him against Wolves. You're not going to bench him against any big game whatsoever. Like, you're not going to bench him against Spurs. You're not going to bench him against Liverpool. You're not going to bench him against any team that's not in the drop zone. Like, yeah,
so he's
you
just
might
standing
get a game
there.
off or two in the drop zone, but he will play every big game, every big moment.
I agree with you.
Every game, that's who he is. And if he doesn't play those games, he's going to ask to leave because he knows he's the best in the world, or whatever you want. And I'm dealing with two game people. So I know they might have different opinions, but he's the guy you just never bench ever. Like he will.
But if he's just standing there, though. But if he's just standing there, though, and he's just not in the game. Like there comes a point where you do have to start looking in, putting other players there. You know what I mean? Because he is. It's no joke when I say. There's no joke when I say this. Yeah, no joke when I say this. When he doesn't do anything, if he doesn't score, he don't do nothing.
It's like playing with 10 men.
He is like playing with 10 men. Yeah. I do think it's a bit of a. I understand why you focused your game on him. Like he's the main player that you play around. I get it, but I do think that he's got so much. If he doesn't score goals, it kind of limits you a little bit. You get what I'm saying?
Unpredictable. They become predictable.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, and I do think he thinks the game's a little bit too easy as well. Again, it's not me hating on Haaland. I just think it's interesting. I just think when you didn't have a striker, I think you're more
easy on the eye.
It's more fluid.
It's more fluid.
Yeah.
Even
in that Wolves game without him, like we kind of did go back to the false 9, and everyone loved it. And even last season when Haaland got injured, everyone said that was, we scored a ton of goals, and everyone was like, "Wow, that's the best you look all season." Yeah, but I do think Haaland is always going to be that guy. I think he's never going to be a Harry Kane type striker because he just doesn't have the technicality that Harry Kane does. And Harry Kane is an elite player. But Haaland, we've still, he's still got 21 goals in the Prem, something like that. Like he's still helping us. He was carrying us earlier in the season, and then the system kind of changed. I think that part of it also is I still don't think we played to his strengths. We did for a little while this season. Ooh, Ed's got some breaking news. Oh, yes. Oh, sounds like Stefan Ortega is going to Nottingham Forest.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting. Well, he's just
gosh,
collecting a
us the
paycheck right now. He's not doing anything.
He's a
So
good
anyways,
goalkeeper,
with
man.
Holland, we don't play to his strengths because I think with Holland, you have to play, you have to lean more into like the go away from the possession ball and play more transition because that's where he thrives. That's where he thrived in the Bundesliga. Like him and Dortmund were just constantly running, and he scored a ton of goals. And we were doing that earlier in the season when we were on that 8-game winning streak. We were giving up possession and we were allowing we were giving the other team the ball and we were breaking, and it was working. And Holland looked happy. Everyone looked happy. So I think there is a system out there. It's just Pep just doesn't want to play it for some odd reason. And that to me is a frustrating thing. But this 4-2-2-2 could be interesting. We did it against Galatasaray and Holland did score a goal. So Ryan Cherky has had quotes recently saying that they like the system better than the 3-1-6. So maybe if we do that 4-2-2-2 kind of thing with him and Semenyo. The problem with that is Marmoush won't play. So that's frustrating. But if Erling Haaland is happy and firing and fit, then we have to do that. So we'll see. We'll see. I think there are possibilities. I just think Pep can't figure out what he wants to do this season, and that's why we've been so inconsistent.
Fair enough. Before we head out, unless you wanted to chat more, either of you, about anything from either of your side, if anything you wanted to cover or whatever, score predictions.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Ed.
Score predictions. You saying, Alex?
I already said it. I'll go with what I said against on Flawless's channel.
Which
I
is?
said 2-0. I said 2-0 City.
All right.
1-1.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just not. I do think Tottenham might try and pull something off at the moment because we are. Yeah, I think if Man City play on the transition, I think we'll be more. I think Man City might do us because I don't think we're good. We're not with terrible in possession.
Yeah,
and we ain't got somebody on the ball that can do anything, and then I think we have to rely on someone like a Javi Simmons, and I don't think he's that sort of player, to be honest with you. He ain't a Maddison. That can break the lines, I think, and that's the thing at the moment. So, but we do have Solanke at the moment.
Right.
That's all right at the moment.
Like
but I mean, again, I'm not like enamored with him, but I do think he helps the team out a lot. I do think Richarlison would have actually been useful in this game. In the sense that he just causes chaos. You know what I mean? I think he does.
He disrupts. He doesn't mind being physical. He doesn't mind battling.
Yeah, and falling on his backside, which annoys me so much, honestly. But anyway, that just Richarlison for you. But yeah. Just a short answer. I think it'll be 1-1, but it would be more likely to be a 2-1 victory for Man City. But Man City have got to really get it going because Arsenal are floundering at the moment. They are floundering at the moment, and the small margins. And I'll give credit to JR Rated that I've debated with him.
Jay, that's my guy.
Yeah, Jay, who does waffle a lot. And I've had a lot of debates with him, but me and him actually get on a lot now. Funny enough, he said to an Arsenal fan, the small margins are getting smaller with Arsenal in defense because it's all about being defensive, isn't it? You know what I mean? And they ain't really got that much in attack. You're gonna have to watch our corners though. You're gonna have to watch our corners because set pieces, because that's the only way we score now these days.
And that's something Donnarumma I think has a mixed record with, in my from what I've seen, and not the greatest. So that is an area of concern. But when we went to the Emirates, we did really well on their set pieces and their corners. So Donnarumma has it in him, but I don't know if I trust it yet.
No.
So that could be an issue.
I'm gonna go for 3-0 Man City win.
Oh wow!
I think they come flying out the gates. then I think Tottenham do what Tottenham have done in a lot of games this season is when they go down by a goal or two, then they start when there's nothing to lose. You did it against Villa in the FA Cup. You did it against not really Arsenal, actually. You were dreadful in that game.
That game was
that was about as ugly as I've seen Spurs at in a long time.
We're not very. I'm sorry that it's not someone very well. I'm not sorry because I'm very organic and I don't really care anymore at the moment. This is how I'm feeling at the moment. It's just how it is at the moment. It's just how it is at the moment. The stadium is bad at the moment in terms of the home games. It's bad. It's bad. When it's bad, it's bad. So yeah, and I said this guy needs to prove himself, Thomas Frank. And I saw a lot of people saying, "Yep, just give it a chance, and we're going to back the team." I said, "Okay, wait a couple of months, because I know Tottenham. We did this with Mourinho. We did this with Conte." I said, "Yeah, this is not going to fly with Tottenham fans. This is not going to fly with Tottenham fans when we start losing." And look what's happened. They're all going absolutely ape, and we can't sack him now because we've got a week behind the scenes. I'm actually now saying, when everyone was going on about Daniel Levy leaving, saying that we're steeping giants and all that, I said, nope. Okay, Johan Lang and Vinay and those people behind the scenes, you have a laugh. Now I'm looking at it now.
Enoch are scrubs too.
Now look at it now. Daniel Levy, I actually want Daniel Levy in charge right now because I think we are missing him because he would have not allowed this. And that's why I'm a bit worried at the moment. I'm very, very worried. And that's why I'm saying, I need some people to start squirming at the moment behind the scenes. I think they need to realize they need to start getting some players in right now because this is not just for getting into Europe or something like that. Because forget that, I want to stay up. Yeah, you just stay
Imagine that stadium being a championship stadium. I've actually been to Spurs Stadium. I went to a game there a couple years ago. It was versus Nottingham Forest, and I saw Harry Kane score 2 goals, so that was pretty cool. For like a football bucket list item, but that'd be crazy if that was a championship stadium.
So you know what I mean. So, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. You know what I mean. But we were European League champions last season, but West Ham were European Conference.
Won a trophy more recently than Man City, Alex. That's the fact.
And Arsenal.
Oh yeah, I told some Arsenal fans that, but
But it'll be fun. It'll be really fun when they come to the Spurs Stadium. I don't think they've gone there yet. You can sing "Champions of Europe." You'll never sing that to them. That's you'll never sing that. You'll never sing that. Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that. That's every Villa always trolls Arsenal by putting the Champions League out when they play them, and the Nottingham Forest fans are all over Arsenal, and our fans have started doing it. Like it's just the easiest. It's the lowest hanging fruit.
Easiest wind up.
Yeah, it's the easiest wind up, and they can't say anything back because they don't even have a Europa League. So I think Man United have won a Europa League more recently, like a couple. They have a bunch of those, and then Chelsea's won all 3. Oh, hello, my cat has decided to join us. So the cat, this is my cat. Her name's Katniss.
Hello.
She's old, so I just whenever she wants to sit with me, I'm like, yeah. She always needs help up. Anyways. Yeah, it's just the low hanging fruit. So that should be. That'll be your one fun part of that game because I don't see that game going very well. I don't even know when it is. The next North London derby. I don't even know when it is.
Yeah, I think it's a couple of weeks' time, and I think that's when the roof might blow up. Unfortunately, it might blow off when it blow up. Because I don't want to say that too much, but I do think so. I do think it's getting very toxic at the stadium at the moment. You know what I mean? So, but
do people fight each other and shit? Like, are they swearing or like? Okay, hold on. When fans fight other fans, is it because one fan says this is shit, this is awful, fuck Thomas Frank, and then another guy's like, hey, shut up, don't say that shit, back them, and then they fight? Like, what happens?
It's getting toxic now because I know there are fights in the stadium now. There are fights
like
in the
American
stadium.
Stadium.
Away matches I heard wasn't great either. Burnley wasn't great either with the away
Oh.
fans, and they're shouting Thomas Frank out. Because I remember it because I used to Conte. There was fights there.
Jeez.
Nuno, there was fights there as well. So I know when fans don't agree with each other, it gets very, very toxic, and it's getting toxic. No one's going to the games anymore. And I think that's also because Son's not there anymore, because there used to be a lot of Korean fans.
Yeah,
They
come over
that
for
seems
it.
to
Yeah.
have dropped off completely. So I've noticed a lot. You know what I mean? There's going to be protests before the game as well, because they want eating it out and stuff. So I mean, I'll be there for that anyway. I'm not, you know, I'm more leaning towards the people behind the scenes, because I just think it's an absolute mess at the moment. And there's just no leadership. That's what worries me at the moment, and that does tell. You know what I mean? You know, and that's where the concerns are. You know, I mean, no leadership, no identity, and I think that's you know, it's not a case of going to the end of the season and getting rid of Frank and getting Poch back. That ain't working.
Well, he might be available after the World Cup. We'll just say that.
You could take Poch off us.
Yeah, he might be available after the World Cup.
Yeah, I know. But a lot of Tottenham fans are saying, I love Poch, but I don't think it's going to be the answer. You know what I mean?
No, probably not.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot to unpack with Tottenham at the moment. But for this game, I mean, it would be big respite for us if we do win this game. You know what I mean? So it's just how we win this game. I'm still really chewing on it at the moment. I think it might be either a set piece or a mistake from Man City, or a goalkeeper mistake maybe, because we don't really score from open play. That's the thing at the moment, you know. It's mainly set
sounds
pieces.
like Arsenal.
Yeah,
set pieces, no open play goals. I'm like, when did you become Arsenal?
We just started doing all these set pieces and stuff. And even though I didn't enjoy last season and didn't enjoy Ange's football I never really enjoyed it at all, to be honest, you know, at least we're scoring from out, open play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, scoring a lot of goals.
And we were scoring loads of goals. It was kamikaze football, it was going home football. Yes, it was. You know, but they were, at least making chances, lots of chances, you know. We're just not doing that anymore. You know, I don't like this whole thing about not shooting outside the box. I think that's a load of crap. Because it goes back to HG, which is a load of crap. And I know it's a load of crap because you know Will Stewart, don't you? You knew Will Stewart, didn't you? And he even told me that. And he's you do not argue with this guy. He's all about stats, and you will never ever argue with him about stats. So I'm sorry. He even said that it was a little crap himself. So so yeah. I don't understand that. This whole thing about I can't say the word, the D word policy. You know what I mean?
No dickhead policy?
Yes. Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah. I was like,
hey, big up, Zoro.
Say whatever you want to say, Alex.
Yeah, we're pretty chill here. You can say I've been dropping F-bombs and stuff, so
Kelso every other fucking stream, like 5 times.
I just don't understand why. I mean, you need some arrogance. You need some arrogance in your player. So I don't get it. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, we sold Brendan Johnson, and I'm sitting there thinking Ademola Lookman from Atlanta would be perfect. Experience, comes in the team, get going straight away. We don't even look at him.
Yeah,
I don't even know. So yeah, it's a bit confusing. The goalkeeper is suspect big time now.
Yeah,
big time. Big time.
I feel like he always shows up against City. That's the problem. He'll turn into prime Buffon probably.
Yeah, Venom,
but then he'll probably make a mistake or something, and then that'll lead to a goal. I feel like him playing out the back is something we could pounce on if we're pressing properly. But
no, the thing to
I don't know if we're gonna press properly. That's a problem.
The problem is, Kels, you guys are not good from set pieces and stuff. But that's where Vicario sucks. He's like one of those car dealership freaking blimp things when he's trying to claim a cross.
Like this.
Yeah. Yeah, he's flimsy. He's shaky. Like he drops he's not commanding at all.
Yeah, we have a couple of decent set piece take. I think Turkey's set pieces are pretty good, and I think Tijani Rangers has had some decent ones, but we tend to put Foden and Bernardo on them, and I think their delivery is just ass cheeks. It's not good.
Yeah.
The one I want to see, I was telling Steve about it. I really want to see Mateus Nunes take some corners because Mateus Nunes has very good crosses, and I'd be very interested to see. But I think they might like him as a threat to score the header, the set pieces. Yeah, also, we're missing we were scoring a couple of set piece goals, but it was Vardiel doing it, and Vardiel's not going to be. He's probably out for the rest of the season. So we had a little threat going for a little while, and then our only decent guy in the air got injured. So I was like, frustrating. So we'll see. And our set pieces are just complete ass. They're just not. Yeah, no worry about that at all. Marmouche can take them, but they never let him. Whoever's taken him has just been terrible. Turkey's been not good. Foden awful. Bernardo awful at them. I don't understand why they take them. I'm like, get someone better in there. If Marmouche is playing, let him do it. He scored a ton of them for Frankfurt. What are we doing?
You're missing out big time, and also you need to be good defensively in set pieces because if Richarlison, if Romero and Van der Ven are playing. Yeah. They might as well be up front. They might as well be up front.
Attacking
I was gonna say that's where Van de Ven's probably the threat is on the corners.
Van de Ven can score goals.
And don't let Van der Ven go on the runners either. To be fair, this season he doesn't get injured. Because we don't play a stupid high line. I don't need to worry about him having his hamstring ticking. But I mean, don't worry though. I'm not deluded. This guy's going to be off in the summer though. He's gone in the summer. He's gone. Because that goal against Copenhagen, Real Madrid and Barcelona ain't going to miss that one. They ain't missing that one. And Tottenham fans are getting really worried. I said, no, sorry, he's gone. He's absolutely gone.
Steve, do you think Bayern could get involved or probably not?
Oh, I love Van de Ven at Bayern.
Anybody can get involved right now.
Liverpool wanted him.
I think it's more likely he's going to go to. He's more likely to go to overseas.
Okay,
like a Barcelona, maybe.
Yeah, Barcelona.
Barcelona have no money. I would not.
Yeah, but they could get him on a free.
Yeah, but
is his contract expiring? Is he going to be on a free?
He's got a few years.
Yeah, I heard that they were going to quote Liverpool 100 million for him.
For me at the moment, I think I'll take that 100 million and spend it on some defenders or just get some replacement at the moment. But I know Tottenham at the moment they're not very good.
They can only ask a Premier League team for 100 million, and I don't see anybody paying it. I think what you'll end up settling for is 70 or 80, potentially 80 million euros.
Fair point.
You'll get less money from overseas, but you might just take it because it means the guy's not in the Premier League and you don't have to face him.
I think it's I think it's a no-brainer for me to just let him go. But the problem is at the moment I told Spurs fans you should be more angry with the club looking at replacements at the moment than Van der Ven leaving because players leave. If you've outgrown a club, they just leave. It's just how it is. You know what I mean? Like Trent Alexander left on a free to bloody Liverpool, and look how many trophies he won at Liverpool. You know what I mean? He just won the championship for Liverpool last season. You know, so players do leave. You know, if they've got the ambition or a top team like Real Madrid or Barcelona coming for you, they're gonna leave. It's just how it is. Yeah. Tottenham Hotspur are not a top club anymore. We are literally a mid-table club. You know what I mean? I don't think we are a top 6 club anymore right at the moment. Yes, we did win. We got through the Champions League, but let's look at the Champions League teams we played. I think even Man City had a bit of a harder fixture.
We had a harder run.
We only had
a really easy run. I was like, really? I was like,
PSG.
You were in the 4th pot. Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
PSG. What PSG was one of them, and Dortmund. The only reason why Dortmund was hard is because we had injuries and the circumstances at home, and we did really actually do well. That's me saying that. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. We actually did well in that game. because of the injuries and the circumstances. Other than that,
Dortmund got a red card, right?
yeah, but
Yeah,
no, but
Dortmund
we still
man.
play well.
Yeah, Dortmund are not very good this year.
We still play well. I think we did play well still because I even though I'm saying that, Steve, I'm very harsh on my team. Yeah, I was saying it wasn't just because of the red card. It wasn't, but yeah, I do think I actually want a tough team in the Champions League because I actually want to be feeling like I'm in the Champions League because at the moment I don't even feel like I've been in the Champions League. I feel like I've been in the Europa League. You know what I mean? Like, I've not even seen Real Madrid at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I'd love to see Real Madrid at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium or Barcelona.
You did get PSG. You did get a 5-3 versus PSG.
That's away from home, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I want to see.
Oh, I did not. Yeah.
Yeah.
PSG don't look the same team though. That's the thing. Not to discredit you. I really don't like. I've watched them in Ligue 1. I'm just like, this does not look like the same team.
No. But their midfielders, though, oh my gosh, some of them are proper midfielders.
Dude, I would give anything to get Vitinha or Jan Neves on my team right now.
Oh, he's just quality. The way that they move the ball, some of the players they got.
Passing range.
Oh gosh, honestly, some of the goals they scored against us as well. It was just like I can't remember the third person that scored. He's silky. He was silky, honestly. Reminds me of Dembele back in the day for Tottenham. Honestly, yeah.
Oh, you know my Zaire Emery.
Oh, Zaire Emery, yeah. Yeah, he's a very good player.
Yeah.
I'm just in love with, or not in love with, but I love watching Vitinha and Jan Neves. Oh man, I love a good holding midfielder, and I just love the two of them. Vitinha, I know he's like more of an 8, but he does do a lot of the like build up from the back, and he drops into the 6 quite a bit. So that's like one of my favorite genre of players, and I love the guy. The guy's so good, and he always has a great headband on, which is another criteria for me. Steve is like, oh god, not you and hair again.
Yeah, hairband, man.
No, I love you. I love Vitinha. Like I would tell City I'd say spend 150 million on him if you could get him, but I know it's not going to happen. But I love the guy. He's so good. He'd be so good under Pep too. I think Pep would just like. Pep would. Let's just say I think Pep would love him. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
So that's fair. All right, so you gave your score prediction, Cals. You gave yours, Alex. You said 1-1, Alex. You said
it's more likely Man City going to win. But I just think there's going to be a twist on Sunday.
I hear it.
I think there might be a little bit of a twist. I think Man City will miss chances. And I think that will
also we never get penalties. I think we've had like 2 penalties all season. So in the Premier League, so I don't think you have to worry about that.
No,
like I don't. The refs, we hardly ever get any good. We're usually always on the bad end of referee mistakes. So that's another thing that's probably in your favor. So
you shouldn't need penalties though. You should be scoring against us. So
I think we should too. Yeah. My biggest concerns is just going to be the midfield. I think Rodri's going to get bullied really badly, and he struggled in the United game because Casemiro just took care of him on his own. And
Casemiro's better than Gallagher.
I know, but like I said, I think the combination of Gallagher and Palhinha is going to be a lot for Rodri.
I don't know if Gallagher's going to play. I don't know if Palhinha and Gallagher are going to play together. I think he's going to play Archie Gray, which
that could be an advantage for City then, because
do not play.
That guy's had a lot of ups and downs. Good player, very good young player, but I don't know. I think Rodri at his age I think he could outfox him even if he can't out-physical him.
Yeah, but if he does that. But
that's fair enough. Alex, shout out your YouTube channel, all that good stuff. You got coming up. You doing a review video after the game? You're going to the game, right?
Well, I'm retired at the moment. The channel's retiring at the moment because I'm bored of saying the same thing that I've said the last 5 years on YouTube, 6 years on YouTube. But what I will say is, though, the best, worst, and bang average top 5 is definitely coming soon. so you should be checking out that soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, because there's less reactive content that needs to be made on Tottenham than watching this reactive content, which is the same old thing I've said for the last 5 years. So let's just say that. So keep watch for that, definitely. You know what I mean, on Mr. Box Office TV. And thank you for inviting me. And enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Yeah, great guest. That was a really good conversation, just talking Spurs. And yeah, you're welcome back anytime. And yeah, we'll see what happens. If City win, will you do the Poznan?
But I mean, I've had to put an Arsenal shirt on because Arsenal.
We got an Arsenal fan in the chat saying doesn't care what happens in the game. He's watching it.
Yeah, you want Spurs to win. Come on, man. Let's be real.
Come on, man. He wants Spurs to win. Quit lying to yourself.
Yeah, no. I want. To be honest with you, I need you lot to step up because I need you to stop Arsenal from winning the league. Because if they win the league,
do you think Arsenal win the league, real quick? Do you think they win the league, Alex? I don't think so.
I think they're going to bottle it, but it's just that who's going to really step up? That's the thing, and we need one of them. It's such a shame we got Aston Villa. It's such a shame. It's such a shame. Really is.
Yeah, they're looking good right now, but I think Europa League is going to take something out of them later on. Yeah. I think at some point they'll just go for Europa because I think Emery wants to win that trophy, and he's very good in Europa League too. Like he has a history of winning it, so I could see that becoming an issue later in the season. We have to play them. Our last game of the season is against Aston Villa. So
whoa,
it's at the Etihad though. Thank God we don't have to go to Villa Park because we've been terrible at Villa Park lately. Well, we never have a DM when we go there. Like the past 3 times we've gone, we haven't had a DM, and we've just been absolutely annihilated in the middle. So that's been really rough. Maybe we'll make some magic. Last game of the season. Remember Ilkay Gundogan scoring 2 goals on Aston Villa? No. You never know. You never know.
True.
But yeah, people, go and subscribe to Alex's channel. I'm gonna add it to the title in the description, whatever the fuck you call it. But yeah, people, like I said, big up Alex for joining. You're my guy. You've been my guy for a few years. Great Tottenham content creator, keeps it fucking real. And yeah, y'all saw that tonight. So yeah, take care, everybody. Peace out and enjoy this Arsenal slander.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey there.
Hey, nice spot, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's great, especially because of that thing over there. You know what's in there? Corn.
Really? Wow, I could go for some corn.
You're dark, Raj.
I don't care.